Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica. I live in Colorado. Today is Monday, March 30th. I have two boys, 12 and 14, and they have been out of school due to COVID-19 since March the 13th. So that makes about 2 full weeks, over 2 full weeks of not being in school. Currently, we're being told our schools will reopen on April the 7th. However, we're also being told that April the 7th will be when online school starts, and we've been requested to go get our kids' laptops. So in the past 2 weeks, things have changed. I have worked at home for the past 3 years. So working at home was not a change for me. Having my kids at home all the time and not in school or around their friends was a big change for me and still is a big change for me. We are currently social distancing. We are not on a quarantine. We do have a curfew. It is 8 p.m. If you are a non-essential employee, many of the people I know have been laid off, unfortunately. If you're an essential employee, you've been given paperwork to be able to go to work. Biggest things for me, March 13th hit, schools were out. I have horrible anxiety I see a doctor for, and so of course we needed to get supplies. That first weekend, March 14th, 15th, and 16th, the stores were bare of essentials. I went to 3 stores, found toilet paper at 1, found some essentials for us as far as food, staples, things we can make at home, obviously because we're not going to eat out. The first week, nothing fresh was available. No eggs, nothing you would regularly want. Cheese, lunch meat. Luckily, going to the 3 stores, I was able to find some frozen chicken, just that deep frozen chicken at Tyson or whatever brand you don't want, or I don't normally purchase. Currently at this time, we are only leaving our home for essentials. Walking the dogs, working out, trying to stay fit inside our home. We are social distancing because we have little ones in our family under the age of 5. My immediate family and most of my extended family. My grandmother will be turning 80 next week, and we're social distancing from her. The hardest thing for me is not being able to see my family. I can't drive to my grandma's house and say hello, hi, to constantly call her on the phone. Even trips to her house are very short. In our home, we're not experiencing any sickness. However, it's a 2-week incubation period, so we're being very careful because we don't want our little ones or our elders to get sick. It's sometimes scary, very scary for us to try to figure out what to do, where to go, complete boredom at times, especially for me. My sons are gamers, so video games are taking up most of the day. We've set up somewhat of a schedule, so busted out the chore board this weekend, making sure that they're taking care of their rooms, the house, the animals, constantly washing our hands, trying not to touch our faces. I am sent out to the store myself, leaving my 2 children at home, sometimes taking one, just to get essentials. Luckily, we no longer need bottled water because we bought a water pitcher with the filter, so I don't have to make a mad dash for water constantly. I have not seen my parents in over 3 weeks. My dad has underlying health conditions as well as my mother. I have not seen my grandma in a week. I have not seen my niece, who is 3, or my nieces, in 3 weeks. We're a big family. I'm used to seeing them, hugs, kisses. My nieces don't understand. They want to know why Auntie can't come over and why they can't come over Auntie's house. And of course, you don't want to scare them. They're babies. So you just tell them that you love them and that you'll see them very soon. And we're all hoping it's very soon. Unfortunately, very soon may be weeks or a month from now. I'm a single mother of 2. That makes it harder for me because I'm alone with my 2 sons. No breaks at all. They're home. My boyfriend, who stays with us or lives here, has to make runs to help his family. So when he's not here, it's just me and the kids, and it's really lonely. It's extremely lonely. The first week was hard. Very hard. I think I prayed so much in that week that still continuing to pray every day, but I prayed a lot. But I also reminded myself that getting up every single day, putting on makeup when I can, changing my clothes, cleaning the house, staying to a normal or regular routine is what I needed to do to not fall into deep depression, because it is extremely exhausting being at home with your 2 kids in puberty. It's extremely exhausting being by yourself, knowing that your 2 children rely on you. Only you. And at this point, can be only you. So it's been hard. When my boyfriend is here, he definitely does take a load off with the kids, cleaning, but also he's company. And not having him here is extremely lonesome. My kids are gamers, so as I said, they're playing video games with their friends, but they miss their friends. They want to see their friends. They want to go back to school. They want to know what's going on. They're also very scared and very anxious. What if, a family member gets the virus? Are they going to make it? Are they not going to make it? Safety is a concern now. We live in a society where people are losing their jobs and they're being told to stay home. And that means no money for food, essentials, necessities. And that can all turn ugly very quickly. So as far as today, I have woken up, got dressed. I worked my 8-hour work at home shift. I put up some pictures in my bathroom. I've spoken to both my children, and they're playing video games happily. Today was our first day going to a I'm not sure the exact name. It's a one-drop site. It's the sites at the schools that are set up to provide breakfast, lunch, and dinner for our 18 or and younger children. Made the decision to do that today because having children at home constantly is very costly as far as food goes. I only really see that, actually, I don't really see that. During the summer, my kids are normally in sports and at the rec, which they get fed lunch there. So being a single parent, single income, spending money on food has been our biggest thing the past over 2 weeks. And it's scary to think that we may not have enough. So we went today and it was good. The kids got breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and they have eaten it mostly. Help out with food. They also had another food drop, so we did get an extra bag of non-perishables, which was amazing. And we're going to be planning on doing that every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to help with some of the food costs in our home. Because although things are happening in this world, bills are still due, rent is still due, electricity, water, heat. We've experienced, it's March, we're still getting snow here. Still need the heat to stay on. Internet so I can work. Internet now so the kids can go to school. Obviously cell phones so we can speak to our family members. So as far as any extras, there are no shopping is being done, no frills, no nothing. Easter is around the corner, and normally we'd be shopping for Easter and going to church, and now I'm doing church on podcast, or listening to church on podcast, because churches are closed. I do have first responders in my family. I do have members of the medical community who are out on a daily basis in the trenches, and we're just praying that they, don't contract this virus, and if they do, that they're able to beat it and overcome it. So this will be the first video post of my series, just letting you guys know what the social climate is here like. One good thing is we've met our neighbors. Walking our dogs, we've met some of our other neighbors, which is great because I'm kind of new to the area. And putting names to faces, knowing where people are, especially for me since I'm by myself, it's kind of helpful. Also seeing a lot of social distancing within our community. Kids not playing at parks because they've closed. They don't want people at parks. Over the weekend, they have closed down the parks at the schools and the tracks at the schools. So we see our neighbors when we go on dog walks, excuse me. It's helpful for us to go outside, go in our backyard, do little projects, get that vitamin D and that sun in so we don't continuously just have to be indoors all the time. Running for essentials for me is scary. We don't have masks. We don't have gloves. By the time we knew it and we were told the schools were going to be closed, all of those things were gone. It doesn't scare me to not have a mask or gloves. I'm going to the grocery store, I'm coming home, washing my hands, washing my face, jumping in the shower if I have to, changing my clothes. What scares me is that our medical professionals do not have that in the field. That's scary. During the first week, I did come down with a really bad sinus infection. And yes, thankfully it was a sinus infection. However, that was my first telehealth appointment with my doctor. My doctor's instructions were that I have in the past have had sinus infections during the season change. So she sent in a prescription for antibiotics. Her recommendations were to me is it may be the virus and it may be a sinus infection. Stay home, isolate, hydrate. If my fever went over 103 or I had a hard time breathing, to go into the hospital. Other than that, no, I was not sent to a testing facility. I was not given a doctor's note to get tested. No. I was told to go get antibiotics. And believe me, walking into that pharmacy, that sick, coughing, sneezing with sinus issues was not fun. It was pretty nerve-wracking because I could only imagine the other people around me thinking, what if she has it? Mass hysteria. Luckily, it was a sinus infection because the antibiotics took care of it. But I did miss 2 days of work. I was down for about 2-3 days, like just physically down and drained. And I think that was just overall just the loneliness and also being that sick. But thankfully we're healthy. We're taking our vitamins every day. We're doing what we can to get through this. Never in my life did I think I'd have to go through something like this. Never in my children's lives did I think they'd have to go through something like this. The boredom is obviously set in our house. We will see what we do tomorrow. For tonight, have a good one. Love you all. God bless you all. Keep praying. Keep the faith. Keep the faith. Please. Social distance for your children, for your loved ones, for your family, for those people who can't social distance for themselves. Yeah.